They thought the crate held answers. Instead, it held them. Mannequins, replicas of the townsfolk, silent, lifeless copies of their neighbors, their friends, their families, until one of them turned its head and whispered, "Why did you wake us?" Panic ripped through the chamber. Mothers screamed, pulling their children close. Fathers stood in front, shielding their families. The mannequins shifted, their joints creaking, their eyes staring blankly into the crowd. Theo raised his lantern. Shadows stretched across the walls, making the figures appear taller, more alive. "Stay calm," he shouted, but his voice cracked with fear. One mannequin stepped forward. Its tag dangled. Sabina Rollins, 1983 to 1993. Gasps echoed through the chamber. Sabina was alive, standing right there in the crowd. Her hand shook as she reached for the mannequin. It looked exactly like her, down to the freckles on her cheek. Her husband yanked her back, terrified, but the mannequin raised its hand, mirroring her perfectly. And then it spoke. "You left me here." Sabina collapsed to the ground, sobbing. Her real daughter clung to her, whispering, "You're my mom. You're real. Don't listen to it." But how do you ignore yourself, begging from the shadows? Another mannequin stirred. Then another. The crate groaned as dozens of replicas pushed against its wooden walls, spilling out into the chamber. A boy screamed as he came face to face with his mannequin double. Same height, same clothes, even the same scar across his eyebrow. His mother pulled him into her arms, whispering frantically, "You're my son. Only you." Families huddled together in terror, forming circles of protection. Their love was the only anchor against the nightmare unfolding before them. The townsfolk noticed the mannequins weren't random. Each bore a tag marking the missing years the decade Hills Valley had lost. One by one, they realized the mannequins represented the lives they should have lived. Weddings that never happened. Children never born. Loved ones who should still be alive. The missing decade wasn't gone. It was replaced, and the mannequins were its keepers. Then came the worst discovery. A mannequin stepped forward holding a photo in its stiff hands. The lantern light revealed the image. The townsfolk gathered in the square, just like before. But this time, their real faces were blank, smooth, empty. The mannequin hissed, "You are not whole." Terror turned to despair. Were they even real? Or just copies, like the mannequins? A father dropped to his knees, pulling his family close. "Even if we're not whole," he said, voice breaking, "we're together. And that's enough." His words rippled through the chamber. Families clung tighter. Husbands kissed wives. Children wrapped arms around grandparents. Tears mixed with determination. Whatever nightmare this was, they would face it as one. But the mannequins weren't done. They began chanting. Low, mechanical, the words chilling the marrow of every soul present. The cycle must continue. Over and over, louder, until the chamber shook. The chanting stopped. The mannequins turned in unison toward the far wall of the chamber. And slowly, the wall itself began to shift. Stone groaned. Dust rained down. A hidden doorway revealed itself, yawning open into an abyss of darkness. From the shadows, a low hum echoed, metallic, rhythmic, alive. Theo raised his lantern toward the opening, his voice barely above a whisper. "There's more." The mannequin stepped aside, gesturing toward the doorway as if inviting the townsfolk deeper. Children wept. Parents refused to move. But curiosity and fear burned too strongly. And as the first brave souls peered into the darkness, they saw faint glimmers of light. Screens, wires, machinery. The truth wasn't in the crate. It was waiting for them in the facility below.